R.J. Mitchell's 1931 design to meet Air Ministry specification F-7-30 for a new and modern fighter capable of 250 miles per hour or 400 kilometers per hour. The Supermarine Type 224 was an open cockpit monoplane with bulky gull wings and a large fixed spattered undercarriage powered by the 600 horsepower or 450 kilowatt evaporatively cooled Rolls-Royce Goosehawk engine, which, if you remember from last episode, wasn't a good design even for the Hawker Hurricane. This made its first flight in February 1934. Of the 7 designs tendered to the F-7-30, the Gloucester Gladiator biplane was accepted for service. Son of a The Type 234 was a big disappointment to Mitchell and his design team, who immediately embarked on a series of cleaned-up designs using their experience with the Schneider Trophy seaplanes as a starting point. This led to the Type 300, with retractable undercarriage and the wingspan reduced by 6 feet or 1.8 meters. This was submitted to the Air Ministry in July 1934, but was not accepted. The design went through a series of changes, including the incorporation of a faired enclosed cockpit, oxygen-breathing apparatus, smaller and thinner wings, and the newly developed, more powerful Rolls-Royce PV-12 V12 engine, later named the Merlin engine. In November 1934, Mitchell, with the backing of Supermarine's owner Vickers Armstrong, started detailed work on this refined version of the Type 300. On the 1st of December 1944, the Air Ministry issued a contract AM 361140-34, providing £10,000 for the construction of Mitchell's improved F-7-30 design. On the 3rd of January 1945, they formalized the contract with a new specification, the F-1045, written around the aircraft. In April 1945, the armament was changed from 2.303 which are 7.7s, 2 Vickers machine guns in each, to 4 7.7 Brownings, which were higher fire rates. Following a recognition by squadron leader Ralph Sorley of the Operation Requirements section at the Air Ministry. On the 5th of March 1946, the prototype K5054 took off on its first flight from Eastleaf Aerodrome, later Southampton Airport. At the controls was Captain Joseph Mutt Summers, chief test pilot for Vickers, who was quoted as saying, "Don't touch anything," on landing. This 8-minute flight came 4 months after the maiden flight of the contemporary Hurricane. K5054 was fitted with a new propeller, and Summers flew the aircraft on 10th of March 1946. During this flight, the undercarriage was retracted for the first time. After the 4th flight, a new engine was fitted, and Summers left the tests flying to his assistant, Geoffrey Quill, and George Pickering. They soon discovered that the Spitfire was a very good aircraft, but not perfect. The rudder was oversensitive, and the top speed was just 348 miles per hour, which were a fast 528 kilometers an hour for that time. A little faster than the Sidney Cam's new Merlin-powered Hurricane. A new and better shaped wooden propeller allowed Spitfire to reach 348 miles per hour, which is 557 kilometers per hour. In level flight in Midway, when Summers flew K5054 to RAF Martlesham Heath and handed the aircraft over to squadron leader Anderson of the Airplane and Armament Experimental established A and AEE. Here, a flight lieutenant Humphrey Edwards Jones took over the prototype for the RAF. He had been given orders to fly the aircraft and then to make his report to the Air Ministry on landing. Edwards Jones' report was positive. His only request was that Spitfire to be equipped with an undercarriage position indicator. A week later, on the 3rd of June 1946, the Air Ministry placed an order for 310 Spitfires. Before any formal report had been issued, by the A and AEE. Interim reports were later issued on piecemeal basis. So, the Spitfire had a lot of variations, and it flew in all theaters of operation in Africa, Europe, and the Pacific. It was a great aircraft. It was the more advanced aircraft in the Battle of Britain that the Bf-109 pilots of the time, which flew the E-series during that time, and then to the later stages of the Battle of Britain, flew the F-series, which were more capable than the early Spitfires, were fearing the Spitfire because of its immense speed and its immense firepower. Of course, when the F-series came out, 7.7s became kinda... No, like, they stopped working as well, so the British just... forgive me for the term here, spammed the aircrafts with 7.7s until the literal wings were just filled with 7.7s on both sides. And then later they started changing to aircrafts like the Bowfighter, which had 4 cannons in the nose, which we're going to talk about in the next episode. So I hope you guys are looking forward for that. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I've been War Machines, and signing off.